whether it's lower total cost of ownership or lower emissions. Fleet managers understand the benefits of electrification, and the next hurdle for them is charging. It's really important for businesses to have options that cover and solve for both home, depot, and public, and that's because maybe my vehicles are going to come back at the end of the day and charge in a depot, but I can actually increase uptime, the amount of time that the driver is able to be on the road with the vehicle doing their job, if I let them also take that vehicle home. But we all know that life happens, and so sometimes these vehicles are going to need a top-off mid-route, in which case they need to be able to access public charging stations to get that extra boost they need to get the job done. With depot charging, I'm actually able to real-time understand what is my vehicle status, what is my vehicle health when they're in the depot. I'm actually being proactively notified. As a fleet manager, I'm not staying up at night worrying whether something's going wrong, and also make sure that I'm managing the load across my entire depot's charging, so I'm not hitting those peak demand charges or those time of use charges. So it's really about lowering the costs while making sure that I'm charging all the vehicles and they're all going to be ready to go when needed. Home charging enables me to actually let my drivers take the vehicles home and charge them, and then I, as a fleet manager, am able to reimburse those drivers for the charging that they're doing at home, because I can tell using vehicle level data how much charging happened, what the cost was, and whether or not it was a fleet vehicle that was plugged in. So I make sure that I'm only reimbursing for fleet vehicles and commercial use and not for the driver's personal vehicles that might be charging at the same station. With the Blue Oval charging network, our fleet managers and drivers actually have access to over 70,000 charge ports across the US, and that includes 7,000 DC fast charge ports. Just plug and charge and drive off, and then the fleet manager will actually receive a bill that unifies all of the charging throughout their fleet. Nobody knows their customers better than Ford, and I think one of the ways that that shows is we understand that our fleet managers don't have the time and bandwidth to be managing 5 different services to cover their holistic charging needs. So that's where we come in with our FordPro charging solution that really centralizes and simplifies everything, so the fleet managers can focus on the end goal of what their fleet is going to deliver. To our fleet managers, I would say we know that charging is a really hard problem to solve, and FordPro is with you every step of the way, whether that's planning, deploying, or operating your new electric fleet.